Hello everyone. According to the internet, we're live. But as every professional live stream host will fumble around as soon as they start, I'm sure you'll all tell me if I'm live or not. Oh, I just got an advert blasting in my ear. That was nasty. I suppose I'll just never include adverts again, right? Yeah, not happening. Let's just wait and see. People are saying hello. That could be anything. Oh, I think we're live. And I think I can be heard. What an awful time. For everybody. Speaking of everybody, hello everybody. What a random and unexpected live stream, am I right? I'm right. This is completely me. I woke up this morning. End of story. I woke up this morning and I thought, it's just such a lovely day. It's the start of summer, although it feels like we've not really just gone through spring. Why don't we spend the whole day indoors and play some virtual trains? So that's exactly what we're doing. I've got some tea at the ready. Oh, people are starting off with the chicky minugs already. Well, it was in this shed where that was a thing. That became a thing. And already, oh, there we go. My keyboard stopped working. Fantastic. We're in a dark and dingy shed. We are at Sheffield Park, virtually. Oh, goodness me. That scared me. Oh, this, is this man? Are you trespassing? What are you drinking? Oh, that's not the perfect colour for a tea. I'm not one to judge, but that's a massive mug also, isn't it? Goodness me. I don't think that's a safe place to stand. Be on this side of the gate, my friend. Oh, they're even worse. Honestly. Yes, welcome everyone. I just thought it'd be a lovely day to do a live stream, since I've got the house to myself today, basically. That's the real reason. But, you know, it's the 1st of June, and I haven't done a live stream since Christmas, and that live stream went catastrophically wrong. So we're back today, starting from the basics, basically. It's just me today. There's not going to be any guests. I'm not going to put my camera on. I've got my microphone. I'm pretty sure that's working. It's a bit strange. If not, you guys will just have been watching nothing. Just like me just walking around a shed. Yeah, we're just going to do a train simulator live stream. Just going to drive some trains, basically. So we've got a range of Bluebell engines here. We're on the Bluebell Railway. We've got Birch Grove, the E4 tank. One of my absolute favourites. I love Birch Grove. We've got the H-Class, number 263. And then, I'm not really sure about this engine. Not one I come across too often. I don't think I'd be very good at driving it. It looks ridiculously complicated. So, I'm sure many of you are expecting me to drive that one. So I'm not going to drive that one. We're going to walk over this way. No one's ever seen me use Train Simulator before. So this will be interesting. We've got some lovely bullied coaches. Here's the gift shop. You can get an ice cream here. Always important when you're about to work on a steam engine. And stand in front of a big hot fire. What are we driving today? We are driving this beautiful engine. This is the C-Class 592 of the SE and CR, the Secret Railway. They've got the E and the T. One of my, again, just one of my favourite liveries, I suppose. Like every SECR engine looks so beautiful. So we're going to drive that, and you're all going to watch me fail because I'll probably run out of steam. Now, I've not been on Train Simulator for years, and I mean that because before this, I was just working on a laptop, and I had, like, it wasn't strong enough to run Train Sim. And the last time I played it, I was just using this, what do you call it? HUD, control panel, whatever, instead of the more, like, complex one you get in the top left corner. So excuse me whilst I use that, but there's no way I'm going to be able to talk and try and host a live stream and also drive a steam engine, so it's for your own safety, really. I have bought a new PC. Hello, Dasman. I know you're a regular commenter on these lives, well, on my videos, so welcome back. Thank you very much for being here. I bought a new PC over the Christmas period, just because I use it every single day and I want to sort of have something that's reliable, not going to break down on me. My laptop was really on the brink of death, and I had someone who has the skill and talent to build a PC from scratch using second-hand parts, and that's exactly what they did. So I saved an awful lot of money, and I've got something that's relatively powerful, like this C-Class. Now we need to give this a headboard. This is not the Golden Arrow. This is not a Santa special. Sure. Sure. It's the Victorian. And because it's the Southern, let's give it some lamp discs. I don't know where this goes. The Southern lamp discs are very confusing things, let's be real. And last thing, we need to open the doors for the lovely people. And that woman who's not so lovely. She's so unlovely, she disappeared. Daniel's put, Max, remember Oxford? That's very scary. No, I don't remember Oxford. I've been to Oxford several times. What happened in Oxford? I'm scared. So this is the problem with just being me on this live stream today, is I've got to multitask speaking and also trying to remember how to drive train sim, and that's difficult. We'll let the people have some more time to get on. 43 people watching. Goodness me, that's not many. Where is everyone on this lovely sunny summer's day? Go and get all the people to come and watch this video. We've got 4 bullied coaches and a van. I think we should at least have as many people as it takes to fill this train. Thank you very much. Not that I'm not grateful for the 43 people here, but we need more. Right, enough faffing. Let's set off up the line, and I'll tell you what the rest of the schedule for the stream is going to be. Are we there yet? We haven't left yet. That's honest. This is one of my favourite spots to film in real life at Sheffield Park. Just getting like really close to the ground and filming a beautiful engine lead. So long, farewell. Oh, tree. Just starting, you can see how much water an engine uses. You know, we've gone down 10% already. And this is the thing with train sim, in it being unrealistic, is in real life you don't keep an engine's water level at 100% all the time, and neither do they have percentages. On a steam engine, like in the cab, you don't have a gauge on the water or the coal, which is, oh, that's at 55%, a nice number, and the water's at 86. It's very much by eye, but it's difficult not to try and keep the water at like 100 because you can manage it so finely in this game. Stream is lagging. I'm sorry. We're into this now. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how I can boost the anti-lagginess innator, but thank you for letting me know. I'll try and think of something. I don't know what to do now. I've already started it, so I feel like I can't change the settings. Not sure. Anyway, we're away. We've left Sheffield Park, and I'm filling it with water, and should probably put some more coal on, because we're about to climb Freshfield Bank, which is a 1 in 75 gradient, which you can see just coming up there. It's a lot to ask for of the engines, having just left the first station, but if you have a good fireman, which is not me, then you'll have your fire and water ready. I know I'm speeding. Let's be honest, the speed limit would have been like 40 mile an hour back in the day, so let's just pretend that it's still double track and this is back in the day and there's an SCCR engine on the Bluebell, whatever. People keep asking, what game is this? This is Train Simulator. Is this not a known thing? I thought this was quite obvious. But, yeah, not to diss anyone, I just thought Train Sim's been around for years. As I say, I've not played it for such a long time, but it's good fun, it's good therapy to come and just drive a train every so often. We're climbing the bank at a steady speed, but the safeties are still going off, so open up a bit more, I guess. We need Stepney to play... Oh, not Stepney, you've put Stephanie. We need Stephanie to play a horror game. Two things there. I'm not Stephanie, so I presume that won't apply to me. And secondly, steady on, we've just started playing Train Sim. We can't jump into a horror game so soon. But who knows, if more people watch these videos, these streams, then maybe. I don't know. I need to stop copping out, I need to get back to doing Thomas videos and things like that. I keep getting distracted, clearly. Right, so now we're on the way, let me explain. We are going to have a nice leisurely trip driving up to the Bluebell Railway today. I'll try and point out things of interest as we go along, because, well, a lot of you I'm sure haven't been to the Bluebell Railway in real life. Perhaps you're from overseas, or it's, you know, generally too far, and that's perfectly acceptable. So I'll show you what it's like, because if you're watching this channel because you're a Thomas fan, let me tell you now, it's nothing like the Bluebell Railway as it appears in the TV series. Nothing like that at all. Although there is a cricket field, which we just went past. There's a guy who lives here who owns a steamroller. In this game they've just put it as a tractor. Good enough. So the next stop is Horsted Keynes, where we'll take a quick break because we've got a passenger train, you know. It's only kind. We're going to go one way up to East Grinstead, and who knows, there may be a surprise for us at East Grinstead to have a little bit of fun on the southbound journey. We're going to do a nice little serious trip, within reason, going up northwards to East Grinstead, and then we'll be a bit more silly and race downhill. Midland Terrier says this is a little over the limit. What are you talking about? I probably shouldn't have left the the screen showing the speed limit, should I? Yes, in real life, in modern day, the speed limit on the Bluebell Railway is 25 miles an hour. I'm not doing that today. Because this isn't the real Bluebell Railway, this is Train Simulator. And I can let my imagination do what it wants. And I have a very quick imagination, so we're going to go very quick. Is that okay? Yeah, thought as much. Peow. There's Lightning McQueen. I've probably overdone it with the fire, because we have plenty of steam. The safety valves have not stopped lifting. Oh, it's a bit wobbly there. P-Way needs to work on the track. Yes. So, yeah, that's what we're doing on the Bluebell. And then, if I'm not bored to death, and if you're not bored to death at that point, then we'll jump over all the way to Wales, and we'll drive up the Talyllyn Railway as well. And then we'll do one trip up there. And again, who knows, perhaps there is something waiting for us at Nantgwernel. So we can have a silly little trip on the way back. I don't know why this is one of the preset cab views you can have. Right next to the safety valve. This is not like a position that the driver would lean out to. This is on top of the cab. This would be very loud from here. Like these ones make sense. Yeah, you know, the fireman's view, the fire view. Plenty of the hot stuff in there. Cleaner's view, or like, you know, third man, third woman, and then driver's view. Let's get some speed back up again and use up some of the excess steam we've got. So we're coming up now through Three Arch Bridge, so named because I don't know. I'm not sure actually. Very pretty spot. I was filming here at the Branchline Gala recently, and lovely stuff indeed. And then the field just before Horsted Keynes, going past Bluebell Halt. This was the limit that British Railways would let the Bluebell Railway run to when they first opened in 1960. They didn't want them using Horsted Keynes because they were still using it. So where this sign is, they built a little halt, which is not there anymore, because as you'll see, we're allowed to go into Horsted Keynes again. Chuffity chuff 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 chuff. I am trying to look at the chat and trying to be entertaining, and I'm also trying to drive a train, and those things are very difficult. We'll take a break here at Horsted so I can read some of the chat again. Oh, another train. Hello, other train. You look familiar of sorts. Look out for the train. There must be regulations. Good old Dye Station. Coming in a bit sharp. Whoops. And stop, please, without giving everyone neck injuries. There we go. Now if I may do the announcement of the station master. Horsted Keynes, this is Horsted Keynes. Change here for southbound services to Sheffield Park, or northbound services to East Grinstead. Platform 4 and 5 for the East Grinstead service. They all sound like that. I don't know if the tannoy has got like a filter that makes them sound like that. Over here we've got Fenchurch, which does face south, so there we are with the birdcage set. Not driving that at the minute. I'm more interested in what you're doing. Did you get stuck during the renovation works at the station? Did you walk in wet concrete? Yeah, two problems there, miss. Firstly, you're not going anywhere, and secondly, you haven't got a watch on. It's all good looking at your watch, but yeah, that's right. Amy Winehouse lookalike. Not looking at your watch. I don't think she's okay. This person is not helping, he's just observing the madness. Oh no, he's doing the same thing, it's all been cursed. This is Horsted Keynes. This is the carriage shop, where you can get a lot of second-hand goodies. A lot of my second-hand Ertls and 00 models are from this shop. So if you ever go to Bluebell Railway, check that out. The yards are never this empty, don't be fooled. We've got the carriage and wagon workshops over here, which is now extended way over here. It's a huge complex. This is the track that goes to Ardingly and then on to Haywards Heath, which is where the Bluebell are extending to next. And then, yeah, this is Horsted Keynes, which is used in so many films and TV programmes. It's a very pretty Southern Railway junction station. 5 platforms, which is insane for a branch line. And we'll rest here for a second whilst I try and read the chat and have a drink of tea. They do have a shop in a coach, yep, that's right. It's a pretty neat idea. It's yeah, second-hand shop, and it raises money for the railway, which is very good. But yeah, very good deals there. Still prefer Fenchurch in brown. Yes, I like Fenchurch in the Marsh Umber as well. Though it is nice to see what is essentially the oldest terrier back in its original livery, in original condition. We haven't had a terrier in A1 condition running in preservation before, in its original livery, so this is quite special. I adore Fenchurch. While Stepney's sort of stuck in the shed, seeing Fenchurch out and about is actually lovely. Sorry, I think I drank my tea too quickly. Don't do that, children. Top 10 Bluebell locos? That's a lot of Bluebell locos. Okay, well, honestly, all of the named ones will probably be on the list first. You got obviously Stepney first, second Bluebell, Fenchurch, Nettle, which is 178. The 01, I really love the 01. I was there when it came back into service, and I worked on it a little bit before it came back into service in the workshops, volunteering, and it's just a lovely engine. So is the C-Class. The U-Class 1638, I love that one as well, which isn't the named one. But as I say, typically all the named ones: Captain Paxter, Birch Grove, Adams Radial. Typical answer, really. I have sold some of my model engines, yep. I moved house late last year, and Model Railway couldn't come with me. Needed to thin out my collection anyway. I'm focusing a lot more on 009 at the minute, so a lot of the models have gone, but I've still got a lot of them. I'll do an updated model collection video at some point. Sorry if I don't read everyone's message in the chat also. Firstly, I hope the stream is running well and it's smooth enough. It's probably not, because Train Sim is a very demanding program, but I hope you're having a nice time all the same. If you're in the UK, it's probably still half term for you, so I hope you're having a good week, basically. Now, one way to guarantee I do read your message, here we go, here comes a promotion. The super chats are enabled today, and I think the donation for the Streamlabs stream as well. So, whilst I'm distracted driving trains, if anyone leaves a super chat, it should come up on screen with a little audible thank you message for supporting the channel, basically, and giving me the confidence to perhaps do more live streams, because I don't feel very confident hosting my own live streams. As anyone who was at the Christmas one will remember, I'm not that technologically advanced, clearly. There's a lot of error for things to go wrong. I can talk for days, but actually running the wiry side of a live stream, yeah, not my forte. Class 57 Finian says, hello, I saw you at the Bluebell Branchline Gala. Yes, I was at the Branchline Gala. Hello, I might have said hello to you, I'm not sure, there was a couple people. Sorry if I didn't, but hello. Yeah, Branchline Gala was really good fun. I'll be making a vlog of that at some point. That was really fun. I mainly went to go and grab footage of Fenchurch whilst I was back in service, and I really wanted to see a pug running, and Hastings, what a beautiful engine Hastings is as well. So I'm really glad I made it to the Branchline Gala. Went with a few friends. We went with the Bluey 2 and the Railway Inspector 3, and a bunch of my patrons who, well, there's many to list, but such is the perks of being in my Patreon server. Get to bump into you at these kind of things and then try and run away from you immediately. I'm joking. Oopsie, I think we're rolling. Okay, just hold on. That's an RAIB violation right there. We need to let the people on first, silly engine. Got impatient. Although having said that, I'm trying to open the doors and they're not opening, so I suppose we'll be off. Just going to build up the fire a little bit. Art Streaming and Gaming says, the Unlucky Tugs channel got terminated. What are your thoughts on the situation? Gosh, this feels like a news interview. Well, it's very sad. You know, I was there when it happened, sort of a few weeks ago or whatever. Not I was there. It wasn't me. But yes, I remember it happening. It's a sad he hasn't got it back yet. I don't know what to say, really. It just shows how temporary YouTube and other social media platforms can be. Sadly, the same could happen to my channel tomorrow, and that is quite scary. But he's bounced back very well, Nick, which I'm glad to hear. He's a nice guy, Nick. Spoke to him a fair bit at the Talyllyn last year, so he didn't deserve that to happen to him. Not many people do. From what he was explaining, it doesn't seem like it was, you know, really his fault. It wasn't his main channel that got the violation strike. And yeah, I don't really know what to do, though. I don't know how to help. Like, you know, having YouTube hear you, it's a tall order, sadly. What's RAIB? Rail Accident Investigation Board or branch or something. They look into various rail accidents here in the UK, basically. Which don't happen, of course, and when they do, luckily no one's hurt. Right, off we go. Here's the bit where I'm probably going to have to shut up from talking. Perhaps, because we have a very steep climb all the way from Horse to Keynes until the end of Sharpthorne Tunnel. And if I was in a smaller engine than this, or if I had a longer train, then this would be a real struggle. But thankfully I'm an expert driver, and I have a lovely reliable engine, and I'm speeding already, so we'll be fine. But all the same, we'll take it nice and easy. Existing People says, I don't believe in Super Chat. No, believe in it, honestly. Like, trust me, if you leave something in the Super Chat, and trust me, it'll... it's real. If you mean, like, you don't believe in using it, then yeah, no, that's fair enough. You do you. It's all good. I don't mind. Onwards up the hill. You can see in the corner there already, the gradient has gone up to 1 in 65, which is very steep. They're already losing speed. I would believe in Super Chat, but I'm broke. Yeah, I mean, that's completely valid. Sorry to hear about that, I suppose. No, it's not for everyone, and that's the point. Like, I don't want it to be for everyone. I'm not asking everyone to just throw money on my head. Don't do that. It's for those who want to. It's an option, you know, to support the channel for those who can, basically. See, we're only just over the speed limit now, that's fine. Look how slow 27 miles an hour feels like. Where do I get this route? I believe the Bluebell Railway route is done by Steam Sound Supreme. So be on their website. It's a freeware one, I believe. It's quite highly detailed as well. It's a good old route. I'm gonna need more coal. So the C-Class is the one that features in Downton Abbey and various other films. When the previous owner sold it to the Bluebell Railway, it was under the agreement that it stayed in SCCR Green. Same with the O1 and the H-Class. Actually, no, the O1 was a separate deal, but the point stands. And it's a good thing because it's made it highly sought after as a film star, essentially, in this sort of very ornate Victorian livery. It was in Wonder Woman as well. It went up to King's Cross with a bunch of Bluebell coaches, and it featured in Wonder Woman for like a split second. The cleaners at the Bluebell polished it to within an inch of its life, and then Warner Brothers turned to them and said, "We want it all weathered because it's World War I." So they had to weather it on one side, which is just sad, but oh well. So I'm trying to get as much coal in now because you really don't want to be firing in a tunnel. Not good news. You'll get the flames coming out the firebox into the cab, and that's not good. I've got the blower on. Making good progress. I mean, I do have the regulator fully open. I can't see a thing now, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. Main manifold, I appreciate that reference. Railway thieves and not so great train robbery. Yeah. Good stuff. Watch out for Chris. Oh, I get that reference as well. That's from Train Spotting, isn't it? You're talking about Chris Eden Green lying on the track at the end of the tunnel. I really like that short film. I would love to make a short film like that. Filming something in person. You need a whole team behind you, and I need more than just me. So we're out of Sharpsworn Tunnel, and that's the end of the climb, so I can shut off a little bit, replenish the tanks. I mean the boiler from the tank, because it's downhill now until Kingscote. Turn the blower off as well. Gosh, all these references to like really old Thomas episodes I made. Oh, thank you everyone. It's nice to see people who've stuck around. I am working very, very hard to try and make some more Thomas stories. As my patrons will be aware, for the past 2 years I have been doing nothing but making models and writing scripts, so I can have a big return to making stories. It's what I really enjoy doing. I love story making, but yeah, I've still got some models to complete. We're nearly there though, we're nearly getting there. So in the meantime, doing things like this to just try and have some sort of regular content. There'll be a new video tomorrow. It's the first Friday of the month, which means it's a new guide rail. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling fine. It's a new guide rail. As my top Terrier patrons will be aware, they've already got access to it. They saw it last week. Sucks to be you if you're not a patron, no more. Can't say that. But yes, that'll be out tomorrow evening. I have announced what it's on already, but oh well. You'll find out tomorrow, I suppose. It's not about trains, funnily enough. And yet it also is. It's a whole guide rail on a window, basically. Yeah. So I know you're all going to enjoy that. Oh, Das Man, yes, that is a reference to the not so... No, the Slate Escape. Oh, I keep calling it by its working title, which was the Not So Great Escape, which isn't very original. So, thank you for the references, my friends. I'm coming into this station far too quickly. I told you I can talk. This is why I'm not driving with like the advanced controls, because it's not good to talk and drive carrying hundreds of people, right? And stop. That was a smoother stop than at Horsted. That's good. Right. Now we're here. Again, I'm trying to open the doors. No one wants to get off my train. Oh! Are you okay, sir? Your eyes look very red and you have no eyelashes. I don't know if anyone's told you. No? I'm over here. Oh dear. Oh. Nice flares, though. Okay. Why is everyone looking at their watch? This is so eerie. Literally everyone. Ah. Those high heels aren't working, miss. This is Kingscote. There's not much to say about this, really. It's just a nice little LBSCR countryside station. There's nothing really here. They were going to build a garden railway. Not a garden railway, like a miniature railway in the paddock here, but they're doing it at Sheffield Park instead. There's a little playground here, like a picnic area. Nothing else really. Can't park here. You can only get the bus or the train. And it's dressed up in BR condition, which is super lovely, isn't it now? Let's stay here for a second, and I can read the chat again. Ashley Johnson says, what's your opinion on the steam locomotives of America? I like them. I like trains everywhere, really. Steam first, obviously. I'd love to go and see the steam engines in America. I think that's like top of my bucket list at the minute. I was very lucky last year to have gone and seen steam engines out in Australia. So, yeah, those videos are still yet to come. Next month, they'll be here. But, yeah, American steam. Very impressive in its own right. It's just different to British engines. British engines sort of, I'm sure people can generally agree, are like prettier looking. They are, you know, sort of very sort of smartly designed and nice and sort of elegant and small to fit under the very low bridges and everything we have here. Whereas America is built for power, and the engines are huge, and they don't really care how they look for the most part. And it's a different kind of enjoyment. What I'm saying is, you can like British steam, you can like American steam, and both can coexist. I'm not going to be biased on trains, basically. Please tell me you saw R761. Is that an Australian steam engine? I don't know. I might have done. I saw 3801, which is sort of like Australia's most famous engine. Anyway, tune into the Australia videos next month. Well, this month. It's June, isn't it? They might be out this month. Because it was really good fun going down under, and I can't wait to go back. I was very lucky with everything I did, basically. Have you heard about the new Brighton Atlantic, and do you like it or hate it? Asks Chris Maskell. Yes, I have, and I'm very much looking forward to that coming into Steam very soon, hopefully. There currently is not an Atlantic in service, in Britain. So to have a new build one would be great. To have a new build LBSCR engine in general, which isn't a Stroudley design, which isn't a Terrier. Very exciting stuff. I'm most looking forward to it to be being painted in Marsh Umber, hopefully in the future. But it is nice it's coming into BR Black first, Beachy Head. That's the livery would have perhaps last worn, and then sort of, going back in time from there. It's quite nice. Only 44 people watching tonight, dear oh dear. Everyone's out, enjoying their lives. And then there's us, less than 50 people, just sitting here and watching the angry watchman from a distance. Oh, look, it's 20 to 8 on a Thursday evening, if you needed to know the time. Okay? Ah, goodness me. Opinions on BR diesels, asks Gallant Great Western. I do like diesels. My favourite is the Hymec. I like the Hymec diesel. They just look nice, I suppose. I think the early BR diesels were quite troublesome. I think they were rushed into service a bit and had a lot of faults because of it. But you could say the same with Steam, sort of, all the experimental designs trying to sort of get a standard that worked. The first few aren't that great. But no, diesels are okay, aren't they? They're alright. I still prefer Steam. The real J-Dog asks, can you blow the whistle in the Morse code for SOS? I can try. Give me a second, I'm just contemplating life, really. I told you this was a chilled out stream. Right. Morse code whistles. The problem is they're all like automated, so I can't really decide which one goes off, but... No, this isn't working. There you go. That's the closest you're gonna get, I think. Ewan Forks asks, what do you think was the biggest missed opportunity in railway preservation? Oh, that's tough. I think it's a debate of, like, which engine should have been saved and which routes and things may have been saved, perhaps. I think we missed some, like, icons that should have been preserved, like Big Bertha, and engines like that, but, it's difficult to say, really. Like, it was an unknown time when Steam was being scrapped, and the preservationists saved an awful lot, really, considering, buying a Steam engine and not knowing where you're going to be able to run it and things. Quite a risk, so, to be honest, I am very grateful for what we have today, really. Where would you run Big Bertha? I mean, up the Licky Incline obviously is like the ideal, but, that's not going to happen, if not on a rail tour. Somewhere with steep hills. I can imagine Big Bertha on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. I think it would fit in quite well there. They've got, things like a 9F anyway. Bertha. Lovely Bertha. Lovely machine. Right, we should head off to our last destination of East Grinstead on our serious trip northwards, and then we'll have a fun little trip, hopefully, going south. And things will go very south. Let's just hope the guard and the passengers are ready. Off we go. You call them engines or locos? I change between them, really. Mainly engines, but if I'm writing them out, I'll put locos sometimes just to alternate, really. So this is steam reverser on this one, as opposed to sort of a manual lever. Can you open the cab roof in this? Yes, you can. There you go. A nice bit of breeze now. Lovely. This is onto the extension of the Bluebell Railway, the north extension to East Grinstead, which opened in 2013. I was there on the opening day. Really fun day that was. There was a blizzard. 23rd of March 2013, and there was a big snowstorm, which was interesting. Stepney and Bluebell and Nettle and Birch Grove are out. All the fun. All of those are out of service now, sad times. But we have Fenchurch and the O1, so I'm happy. Probably burning down the whole line side by having the regulator open so wide, but oh well. It's virtual. In any case, it'd be good to use up some of the pressure, because East Grinstead, the loco crews, are meant to keep their engines as quiet as possible, because it's in a residential area. You're not allowed to use the whistle, and wherever possible you're not meant to let the safety valves blow off or emit too much smoke and ash, so the more you know. Dasman asked, did you ever see the fire at Horsted last year? If that was the one at the Terrier Gala, no, I didn't. I was at the Terrier Gala. I was in the shed at the Steamworks. I was exhibiting. I was showing the models that I used to make the stop motion adverts I made for the Bluebell, which was very fun, and I'm honoured to have got invited to that. But meanwhile outside, all of the chaos is going on. Poplar catastrophically broke down, the Hall class broke down, and the Q class was setting fire to the whole world. And it's been banished for its sins now to the Shadow Realm or something. Ha 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 ha. Q class is out of action, which is sad. Gallant Great Western says, whistle at Grinstead? But that's illegal. That's like eating a Kinder Egg in America. I can't do that. But you bet we're gonna do that. But right now, we are struggling through Imperhorn Cutting, which is the steepest point on the line. This was all a rubbish tip until 2013. Still smells of rubbish. There's a recycling centre up here on the right. And when the line closed in the 60s, they just threw loads of rubbish into this cutting, blocked the line. And, yeah, very much presumed that the railway would not be reopening. So, quite a unique situation Bluebell was in. They had to dig out tons and tons of rubbish before they could run trains again. And they found a station sign from, like, McCunsleth in Wales in the rubbish. And no one knows how it got there. So strange. Anyway, we made it. And we're gonna sail over Imperhorn Viaduct. Put the brakes on a little bit, because we're nearly at the end of the line. But it's alright, We're going to the end of the line. Now, there was something I wasn't meant to do here. It'll come to me in a minute. Hello. Good morning, East Grinstead. Beepity beep beep. Stop right now. Thank you very much. Stop. Oh dear, we've overran. Oh dear. Nobody get off the train, we're not ready yet. Whoopsie. Back we go. Everyone ignore that happened. I am a good driver. There we go. This is exactly how it's done in real life. That's why it's called Train Simulator. Oh, now the doors work. Get to the end and everyone wants to get off. Ooh, we're watching a chat up live in action. You want to come aboard my train? Yes, there's a bully coaches. Yeah, I helped paint these myself actually at Horse to Keynes. Yeah, here's the big paintbrush because it took a while. So you're not bored, are you? No, you want the time, don't you? Well, in game it's nearly 2 o'clock, but in reality it's 10 to 8, which means we've nearly been streaming for an hour. And oh no, train's about to leave. Oh, no snow in your love. That's just what I imagine flirting's like. I don't know. It's been a long time for me. Please don't leave me, Holly. I don't think I'd fare well in the world anymore. Oh, I missed that nice whistle. Oh well. Should we get run over? It's that point in the stream already. Well, it's the guide rail intro, but without Camelot. This should be Fenchurch. I just thought it was too obvious for me to do my first train sim livestream driving a Terrier. I thought, let's be different. I really like the C-Class and it's a very well-behaved engine. I did think if I was climbing up to Horse to Keynes in a Terrier whilst trying to chat to you lovely people, I'd probably run out of steam. So, didn't want to do that. So we got the C-Class with a medium load train. What's that coach for? That coach is it's a cafe at the Bluebell now. It's not in this livery, it's in southern green now, but it's a little cafe. They just took off the rails, the coach, and then put a cafe in it. Because there's very limited space here at East Grinstead. All of this on the right is Sainsbury's car park. And it's right next to the Network rail station. People ask me a lot, actually, how do you get to the Bluebell Railway by train and things? So up that way is London Victoria. You get the train down to here, East Grinstead, which is the last stop on the line. Yeah, the building's over here. East Grinstead town's over that way. You come out the station, turn right, walk towards Sainsbury's, along the fence, through the car, and then the Bluebell station is here. There's a big gate that says Bluebell Railway. Can't get lost. There's not much at East Grinstead station. They're very limited for space. She's not interested. I'm pretty sure she's going out with Toby Maguire. She's MJ, right? Don't know. My dude, it is June. Please take your coat off. It is too warm for that. Oh, look, it's the small controller. Let's go between the small controller's legs. Mr. Fergus Duncan. small controller. Nice shoes. He doesn't look like the small controller, does he? Anyway, Lou asked, what is Smokey Joe doing next to an Electro Star? And there's a good question. Smokey Joe is going to help us take this lovely train today. So it won't let me click on it, so I'm going to have to restart after all of our lovely progress. So yeah, Southern train has come down, but because it's a Southern train, it's broken down. And I don't know, let's make up a story. The Bluebell Railway have kindly offered to repair it at their Sheffield Park workshops. Told you this was made up. But obviously, it's an Electrostar. It can't get there by electricity. The Bluebell Railway doesn't have that. So they've hired Smokey Joe to take it down. Wow, look at that. This is evil looking. Great Britain, one of the most security cameras per person in the world. Don't you know? Right, I've got to be really careful now. I might put the handbrake on actually to try and couple up. Oh! Because Smokey Joe is very jumpy. Oh no, whoopsie. This hasn't gone well. If you couldn't tell. This is the, oh. Yes, this is Smashy Joe. I don't know how to couple this up. This is the first time I've driven this Smokey Joe in the game, and I knew it was jumpy. I highly appreciate that Caledonia Works did this as a joke, and they made an ultra-powered Smokey Joe. Right, with the handbrake on, and we'll have the main brake on. And we'll have the reverser just a smidgen, because we need to couple up. Yay! We'll just pretend that the Electrostar has 3-link couplings. Oh no, I can't. No, it won't let me on the map, so I can't change the points. Well, we'll see how far we get. Yeah, it's Stunt Job Joe. That's what I should have called him. He's lost his eyes, just like my model. Oh, nearly an hour into this. Let me just check. I've not been watching the stream on YouTube, so I'm just going to check everything's okay. I think everything's okay. I hope you consistent 44 people watching are enjoying this. I don't stream much, and it shows, doesn't it? Right. My keyboard has stopped working at the worst time. It's not letting me press the A and D buttons. Which means we're going to have to control Smokey Joe using this, which I'm not looking forward to. I might just keep the brakes on. And see what happens. Come on, Smokey Joe. Away we go! Did something go wrong? Why have we stopped? Whoa! Oh. Oh. Oh no! Smokey Joe's not only crashed the train, it's crashed my entire game. So there's a picture of Dolgok. That's my screensaver It's taken by Nattles. That's not my photo. Go follow Nattles on Twitter. Oh, dearie me. Should we jump to the Talyllyn? Because I feel like Stunt Jump Joe is going to give me a headache. I haven't been on the Talyllyn in this game for years as well, so ignore that there's a 125 on the thumbnail. What? No, there isn't. You just got an ad. Sorry. I need money. What can I say? That was a good time for an ad, to be fair, because we're just changing game. Drop us a super chat and everything will be fine, right? Got to try and pay for this PC, you know. Welcome to the Talyllyn Railway. This isn't an ad for the railway, but whilst I'm here, go to the Talyllyn Railway. We've got the Audrey Extravaganza 3 coming up on 23rd and 24th of July, which is next month. Come down, we have a ton of stuff prepared. And I say we because they've been foolish enough to let me help out. For anyone who's unable to make it, there will be a live stream again of the whole event. And for the evening talks with Veronica Chambers and Tim Dunn. So do check that out. There are plenty of surprises in store, which I can't say about yet. Let's just put it that way. I'll see you there anyway, to everyone who is going. Who's going to the Audrey Extravaganza 3? Raise your keyboarderized hands. One second, I'm just telling Holly that I'm playing trains. How do you spell Hawaiian? Hawaiian. No context. It's just the hula skirt I'm buying. Anyway, right. This is the Talyllyn, and this is a chorus loco. This is the Dovetail Games chorus number 7, which is a new build tattoo class, like Edward Thomas. It's just a lot better quality than the SP Railway stuff. The SP Railway stuff is... It just looks a bit dated. Nothing looks baked, and this is their new Sir Hayden, which of 2022, and they try, and they do very well. Like, all of the money from them building this route, and these engines goes towards the railway and the Festiniog Railway as well. And the routes are lovely. The engines are just slightly dated, and I've had some troubles with these lately. Anyway, we should probably drive one, so I'll stop talking. I would drive Talyllyn. I love Talyllyn. I'm going to show you what happens when I drive Talyllyn. Let's set the point so we can get out of the yards. Lovely whistle. So, Old Faithful number 1 seems perfectly fine. I mean, you know, the textured cold load leaves a lot to be desired, but everything's fun and games until you turn a corner. And then it starts going full bucking bronco. Actually, as a matter of fact, it's behaving better now. It wasn't behaving well beforehand. It was it had a very high centre of gravity. It was going around the corners essentially on its side. See if we can get that to show. All power! Yes, I'm speeding, which doesn't help. It's a lot better now, actually. I tested this earlier and it was doing that a lot more. Hope no one's in the shed. Stop. Stop. Didn't stop. I'm just helping them extend the shed. Hello everyone who's new joining the stream. Let's try that again, shall we? Who have we got in here? Got the old lady in here. Our saving saint, Dolgok. But I haven't taken Sir Hayden for a spin yet in this at all, so... Should we take Sir Hayden for a spin? It's either that or the Chorus tattoo, which I'm basically pretending is Edward Thomas. Which I'm sure I'll drive probably more often, so let's take Sir Hayden. Oh, it's not letting me change the points again, and I do need to change the points. Maybe that's what happens when I restart the game. How unfortunate. I appreciate they're doing some changes to Train Sim Classic, but gosh, it's still very buggy, isn't it? There's a lot that needs improving. How's everyone in the chat whilst I'm waiting? I've not really been reading it, sorry. Does chorus number 7 have a name? No, it doesn't. It's just chorus number 7. The chorus locos never had names, so they've followed that theme, basically. Same with the new build Falcon, which will be in Steam this year. Number 10. Doesn't have a name. It's Notwood Thomas. There you go. Right. Ah, the map is back. Change the points, change the points. Let's take Sir Handel up the valley and other innuendos. Right, we're all set. Let's... Sorry, Mr. Man, would you mind not standing there? You're in me air pump. Honestly. Open the cylinders. Handbrake off. Whistle. And off we go. You volunteer on the NYMR reel, J-Dog. Good on you. It's very good to hear you're a volunteer, you're helping your local railway. North Yorkshire Moors is a brilliant railway. They haven't had much luck recently, the Q6 exploding, but nevertheless. How old are these models? They are not as old as they seem. They've been around a good while. But this Hayden is from 2022. And you can't tell. It looks like it's from Microsoft Train Sim. But yeah, it's the closest we'll get to the Talyllyn and Train Sim for a good while. I know the Rustic Engineer started a project to make the Talyllyn, but they do seem to start a lot of projects and not finish them, sadly. Maybe that's my opinion. They made good progress. They went in and got measurements of various structures on the line and locos and things. But it's been like, what, 4 or 5 years now? And they've still not released much progress, so it's a shame. I'd love a good Talyllyn route in this simulator. Got a nice chorus route, but oh well. This one's good for now. As I say, this one is by SP Railways, and if you buy from their site, then you are directly supporting the Talyllyn and the Festiniog. So, pretty good idea, isn't it? Gonna nab the coaches from the north carriage shed before that falls down, or if anyone coughs up from the asbestos. Just because they are the coaches that most people will be familiar with, we're going to take the vintage coaches, number 1 to 5. So Handel's favourites. There's Beatrice, Lulu, no, not Lulu, Lucy, Jemima, Agnes, and what's the other one called? What's the other one called? I've forgotten. Agnes, Ruth. There we go, Ruth. Look how tight the corners are. Oh. Right, whilst we're going backwards, let me show you something quite scary. Who knew that Sir Handel had the power to do this? It's breathing from its cab side. Petrifying stuff. No, they didn't paint the inside of the cab with neon paint. These models are just so crusty. Oh, what I do appreciate is though we've got the token. We've got the Wharf to Pendray token. I presume that doesn't change as we go up the line, but that's nice that that's there. That's lovely. Wow, so Hayden's speedy. We're going 16 miles an hour. Another reason I wanted to try Sir Hayden is because it actually has like a water gauge that tells you how much water is in the boiler. On number 1 and number 2 by SP Railways, you can't tell how much water's in the boiler, which is very scary. Oh, we're in the cab now. This is Wharf Station. So called because it's on a wharf. What's my favourite Talyllyn engine? Dolgok. Easily. It's just completely won my heart. It's the one I've worked with the most in real life. It's everyone's favourite anyway, but I just think personally, I'm pretty sure it's the first one I volunteered on. Not the first one I saw, but huge soft spot for Dolgok. What a beautiful engine with a beautiful story. Good old lady. So the wharf is very compressed for space as the railway's expanded over time, and the reason why there's no tender engines on the Talyllyn and why Duke would not work on the Talyllyn and we can't regauge one of the Festiniogs, George England's, is because look at this head shunt. Tiny space. You go much further and you're on Network Rail. Right, because I'm a good Samaritan, let me just promote the railway as well. This isn't accurate by any means, obviously, but in real life, you can get the train to Tywyn, spelt Tywyn, on the west coast of Wales, and you get off here, roughly, come out the station, there's a co-op here, and you walk right up the road and down this hill, and then you're into the booking office at the Talyllyn. So, for anyone wanting to visit, that's how you do it. Wow, look how quickly the fire refills on this. Ooh, cab views. Fancy. You've got to watch to not hit the coaches when you're running around here. Since we're all good. Talyllyn also has live streams, not like a webcam, sorry, which you can find on their website for free, and there's a paid one as well, which is taken from here. You can be at the Talyllyn without being there. Where's Edward Thomas? We might see him later on. Might not. In real life, Edward Thomas is currently under overhaul at the Vale of Rydal Railway. So, be out of action for a while. Randy Edge. Firstly, what a username. Secondly, you're my most favourite YouTuber. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. I'm glad you're here to enjoy this lovely evening with me as we couple up very carefully to the Chorus Saloon. Extremely carefully, in fact. Kaplunk is a game. Right. So, for everyone wondering, like, sort of how it works volunteering at the Talyllyn, they have a hostel for young volunteers to stay at who come from far away, to make it possible to actually, you know, stay over and volunteer at the railway. And it's right here in this cottage. It's called Cleckfan. You wake up and you look out the window, and you're at the station, which is just fantastic. I love it here. And to volunteer in the morning, you walk up the track to get to Pendray Works, when there's no train, of course. This is the old slate wharf where the wagons used to be unloaded into the standard gauge London North Western Railway. Only one of the buildings is original. It's the booking office here, which has been extended on an awful lot. Narrow gauge railway museum's in here. A whole bunch of extra engines inside. It's where the exhibition for the Audrey Extravaganza is going to be, so check that out. Doesn't TARDIS Rescue work at the Talyllyn? He might volunteer, not too sure. He will be there for the Audrey Extravaganza 3, but 2, I mean. He visits, I know that much. So, can you crash the train by hitting the buffer at the end later? Maybe. If we can get Sir Hayden up to the other end of the line. Like Smokey Joe at East Grinstead, there may be a bit of a surprise. But it's not Smokey Joe this time, so hopefully it'll work a bit better. We should have a slightly more serious trip up the line first, I think. Because I want to test out Sir Hayden. Apparently doesn't have a lamp. Oh well. Not too sure what the desired amount of coal is meant to be in the fire for this. What did we start on? Was it like 45%? Because I want a good fire before we go. Right. Off we go. Whoa, that was quite a pull, wasn't it? Off we go. Ooh, that animation's not so smooth. Oh, hello, are you okay? You just making sure that it's a smooth departure. Standing right outside the gentleman's toilets. Okay. Where are we? Oh, we're in the saloon. How nice. Yes, I'm speeding. We're in a rush today. I feel like I've talked a lot. And we've only driven 2 trains so far. This is our 3rd. So off we go. Currently, we are still set for the shed. So let's change that. So we're all clear. You whistle for the block post. Blockman will give you a yellow flag. And then we coast down the hill into Pendray, which is the workshops and the loco sheds and the carriage sheds. You'll know all this if you saw my guide rail, which I'm sure you did. Build up the fire again. Yeah. We'll exchange the token here. Basically it's like a key for the line, so we can make sure we're the only train travelling on it. One given time. Hopefully some nice lovely cleaner, which is usually me, will open the gates for us. Please. 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 It's gonna be like Sodor NWR story where Sahandel crashes into the gates. There we go. We're not stopping at Pendray today, so on we go. Smash those gates? Nah, I wouldn't. I'd probably give him a path. On the other hand, though. Only 1 car rating, that's pretty good going. Pendray Holt was here, by the way. Request stop. Meow. We are racing along at well over the line speed, but oh well. Let's see how quickly we can get up to Antguernal. This is the steepest bit of the line. It's called Team-Hour Bridge. Bear with me for a second whilst I shut some people up in the chat. There we go. I am responsible. Then up here is Hendy Holt, where there's some farm cottages you can stay at. And you get your own little halt to stop the train if you wish. So stay there at some point perhaps. If you're familiar with my videos, you'll definitely have seen me. I've filmed here before. Filmed Dolgot coming under here. So this is the Chorus Saloon. If anyone tuned into the Order Extravaganza 2 live stream last July, then this will look familiar. We turned this into a mobile studio, basically. We had a bunch of people in here, and we had a live stream set up with Tim Dunn hosting, and we used the far end of the coach as an interviewing suite, basically. We had Michael White, the scriptwriter from Thomas, and from Pablo, being interviewed, and then we had myself and the Unlucky Tug being interviewed by Tim Dunn, which was great fun. Again, very honoured. Which was being pulled up by Stuart, aka Peter Sam, on the picnic. Which is great fun, yeah, being like pulled along by Peter Sam. and doing an interview about, you know, how I got to the Talyllyn, why I love it, what I do on YouTube, things like that. Never thought I'd get to that point. And now I should probably have put some more coal in because we're going to be climbing Cunfull Bank, which is again very steep. You get a great view from the halt at the top and on this bridge, looking straight down the hill as the train begins to ascend the bank. It's a long old straight. Very pretty. This is an hour walk from Wharf if anyone wants to do that. Some lovely walks. Come on, Sir Hayden. Can we have some wheel slip? I can give it a go. I'll stop at the next stop and see if we can get it to slip, but I'm not sure if I'll manage to do that. Why do the coaches sound like firecrackers? This is a great point. I don't know. This is a very crusty old game. Because the characters sound lovely in real life, very therapeutic. On the Talyllyn's YouTube channel, they've got a few videos where you can just watch the trains going by, and on my own channel too, in fact. And they just sound lovely. Very good if you're studying, or if you want to meditate or something. Just having a video where no one's talking and there's not over-blaring music or things like that. You can just chill and listen to trains going by. I think it's good for the soul. They're slowing down now because this is Ridderonnen, which is perhaps one of the prettiest stations on the Talyllyn. You get these beautiful daffodils and bluebells popping up in the spring. And it's just lovely. It's a request stop, even though it looks like quite a big station. And yeah, very lovely. We'll stop here because I've been asked to try and do some wheel slip. Which is probably not why trains usually stop here, but here we are. Let some people off whilst we're here. How's everyone doing in the chat? How did I get that railway and engine? These are available on sprailways.com. You either get a CD or a download, and you can get these installed for Train Simulator. The more you know. Do I play Roblox? I did say in my Q&A a few years ago, no, I'm not going to play Roblox. It's not really for me. Since starting my Discord server for my patrons, played quite a lot of Roblox. It's quite good sometimes. It's below my age range, let's be honest, but there's some good games on there, like led by people who do know their stuff. And by that I mean sort of there's, you know, shipping games and things like that, like ocean liners and stuff, and various railways where all the signalling's correct and things, and it's not bad. But if you were a patron of mine in my Discord server, you'd know that, so right. Question from Ewan Fawkes. Did you see Ocean Liner Design's video on Empress of Ireland? Yes, I have seen he's done one. I'm about 20 minutes into it. Very good so far. I've been following Ocean Liner Design since he started his channel. He's very good at what he does. I don't know how he has such a regular upload schedule. I'd love to work with him at some point, so if anyone can convince him to work with little old me, then that would be great. I'd love to do more YouTube collaborations, like it's 2010 all over again. I kind of missed out on all of that, and by the time I started doing YouTube properly, I sort of missed out on all the collaborations that used to happen. I'd love to do that more often. I've spoken with a few people who who'd be interested in working with me. I'll do like a crossover on our channels or something. But if you know anyone that I should work with, then go and message them. Bring them forth to me. And yeah, if you've got some well-known people who I can steal their subscribers from, then I'd be happy to know them. Oh, another ad. I'm sorry. I don't know when the ads are coming, and I'm not in control of them. So they seem to keep coming at convenient places, though. We're stopped at a station, so. In the railway series, this is Krosny Kuren station. Krosny Kuren? Don't know how you say it. And appropriately enough, we are at Ridderonham with Sir Hayden. That's good. Right. I'll try and do some wheel slip. Sir Hayden is very wheel slippy in real life, and Ridderonham is the worst place for engines to slip because it's near a stream, the rails are very wet, and it's on a curved climb. I don't know if we'll get any wheel slip today, but I'll give it a go, okay? Okay then. Here we go. Full throttle. I don't think there's a heavy enough train, and it's also not raining. I don't think we're going to get some wheel slip today, sadly. I'm sorry. They're very bouncy, though. There we go. Yow. Right, give me a second. There's someone in the chat's timeout is over, so I think it's only fair we remove them. I don't want people spamming my chat, thank you very much. Just got Sir Hayden rolling off on his own. Bye-bye. So around this corner is Tynyslwyn Henholt. Nope, I keep pronouncing that wrong. Tynyslwyn Henholt. Which I've still not been to yet, because I don't know how to get to it. Just a crossing gate, basically. You have to wake up in half an hour, says Breakfast Boys. Well, you're already awake, so I suppose you've got a head start, right? Can't miss this live stream, obviously. How often do I live stream? Are the doors in the saloon meant to be open? The interior doors probably should be shut. But the saloon coach doesn't actually have a door in the middle. Very strange design, but very fun. This is the coach that Princess Diana travelled up in when she visited in the 80s with some bloke called Charles. How many model trains do you have? I don't know, is the question. Probably 30 something, I'd imagine, but I haven't counted. I need to do a model video where I go through my collection again, really. But I'm waiting for at least one more engine, which I've got on pre-order. Waiting for that to come out, and then I'll do that because it's a special engine. And I don't want to reveal all of the 009 locos I've got at the minute. They're for my patrons only. Become a patron. Until I finish the Thomas episodes, I keep promising. A lot of questions, so we'll stop at Bring Glass. One to exchange tokens. 2 to look at the engine, which is waiting for us to pass, and 3 to answer all of the chat questions. Super Chat's still active, obviously, by the way. Not that I'm telling you all to use it, but at the same time, do that thing. I only went and made a special on-screen pop-up message that no one's got to see, so it's a shame. There's Tom Rolt. Ivor Hugh in the books. Sorry, I'm going very slowly. Come on, Sir Hayden. Come on. It's from Tolt, says Stuart Studios 5. I can try and do full throttle to the end of the line, but the top speed in this thing is 20 miles an hour, so I'm not going to get much anyway. Anyway, this is Bringlass. This is the first loop after Pendray, which is where they change tokens again, where the trains usually pass. There's Tom Rolt, waiting to go south. I mean, not south, west. You can drive up to this little crossing here, and there's the remains of the Hunslet diesel that Alf is made from, or Fred, just left there on the siding. Yeah, crossing there, the loop there, crossing here, and then the station's here, which is very odd. It crosses a stream as well, and then a farm. There's a little memorial garden here. So, very, very clustered Bringlass station. Bringlass building as well is listed. It's protected now. Only listed building on the line. Just having some water because I have been talking non-stop for an hour and 40 minutes, so that's a lot. I'm going to scroll up because there are some questions I was going to read. And I didn't read them. Lou asks, what is the general haulage capacity of a Talyllyn locomotive? They can haul quite a lot, especially Tom Rolt. It's the strongest of the lot. They do haul a lot more than they were originally built to haul, I suppose, like regularly. You know, you consider the original Talyllyn train, it was these 5 coaches, or the 4 coaches and a van. So the passenger trains weren't very long. Usually have a trail of wagons at the back, but even then, not really much compared to how much they're asked to haul nowadays. Typically, a Talyllyn train nowadays is this, which Tom Rolt is pulling. You'd have 4 bogie coaches and perhaps a small coach, or the equivalent of whatever that is for like a typical season train. They can carry more than this. They can carry 5 bogie coaches, say, but that's like the maximum that'll fit in the loops. So they break them up into sets, basically. So this would be what's called 4.5. 1 would count as 1 small coach worth. So like the Glyn Valley Tramway coach, that's 1. And if you take that as a size, it'll be 1, 2 for 1 bogie coach, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like a length of 9 basically, and that's how they work out the lengths of the trains with both the bogie coaches and the 4-wheeled stock. Why does the TR have a Corris coach, asks Ewan Fawkes. They got it when the Corris closed down, along with, after Sir Hayden and Edward Thomas. The Corris wasn't looking set to reopen, and it made sense for the brand new pioneering railway Talyllyn to buy up a load of their track, their coaches, their engines, and use what they can to keep one railway going. So that's why they've got the saloon coach and number 3 and 4. And they're not giving them back, so the Corris had to build their own. Which they've done very well at, to be fair. Right, that's me talking for a while. Let's get going again. crossing and hope we don't run over any sheep. No one for the halt today, so we'll carry on up the line. Alex Trains asks, can I make a video with Sam's trains? Someone go and ask him and convince him to work with me, then yeah, sure, whatever. It does sound like Casey Jr.'s whistle, doesn't it? It's not Casey Jr. It's a Handel Jr. Class 57 Finian says, Max, should I donate £500? Yeah, of course you should. No, I'm not going to say that. If you do that, I will have to refund it, so please don't do that. Don't do that. Unless you happen to be a billionaire, then I won't feel so bad, but no, please use your money wisely. And I wouldn't say that spending it on me is wise. Donate small amounts and that's absolutely fine if you can manage it, but we're in a cost of living crisis in the UK and I wouldn't expect anyone to donate anything if they weren't able to. Having said that, nobody's donated this stream, so get a move on. Thank you, someone. Da, 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 da. That train kid asks, have I ever been on the Severn Valley Railway? Yes, I've been twice to Severn Valley. There's videos on my channel, in the vlogs. I was there last April. I like the Severn Valley a lot. Very impressive line. How many model trains do I have? Randy, I've answered this before, like 5 minutes ago. I don't know, maybe like 30. I don't know, I haven't counted them. Leave me alone. Have I ever been to the NYMR? I've been to Whitby and I've seen an NYMR train. It was Repton. But I've not been on the line yet. I need to go back. We were going to go last year and we opted to go to the Peasley and Worth Valley instead. Ewan asks, how much did your scratch-built 65 and 72 cost? I don't know overall, because they were scratch-built. They were scratch-built from very cheap materials, there's like cardstock and stuff. The card between them, like to make both, would have cost less than like, it's like £3, something like that. Which is very, very cheap. Those other bits I had to get for like the bearings and stuff, which would be in like £1, I don't know. Altogether with the paint and the materials, probably talking £10 to £15, which is ridiculously cheap, but it's more the time it takes to make them. They both took 2 weeks to make each, at minimum, I think more. So, yeah. The DTS Workshop says, I saw Stepney in real life the other day, and he's smaller than he is in your videos, Max. No. No. He should be as big as he is in my videos, or at least... I don't know how big your screen is, if you're watching full screen. Stepney is very small. He's a very small engine. The Terriers are, but he does his best, you know? Chuffity chuff 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 chuff. Yes, Lou, he is smaller from all the fruit shoot. Yeah, makes him younger. That's good. Right. I keep dawdling, so we'll stop doing that. We don't have a speed limit to follow. Let's just monitor the chat again. I keep having to go onto YouTube to monitor the chat, so forgive me for that. It takes a while. In other news, we're nearly at Dolgok Station. My favourite station on the line. Very pretty. I should slow down for the viaduct so we can actually have a look at it. whistle as we're going over the viaduct. There's a nice viewpoint here. Let's slow down. Da -da, da -da 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 -da. Da -da 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 -da. That's Dolgok Viaduct. Through the cutting and into Dolgok Station. Coffee pots and cupcakes. What do you think of trams? I don't really know much anything about trams. They're okay. I appreciate anything that runs on rails. I've seen a few abandoned tram lines in my time, but yeah, don't really know anything about them, sorry. They do nice. Let's stop at the old tower today. She'll do. This is where the engines fill up with water from the stream. Thirsty work coming up the hill. Oh. Oh, look how pretty Dolgok Station is. Oh, it's so pretty. Lou asked, do you think they recorded the whistle sound from the real Sir Hayden? I don't think they did. It doesn't sound too much like Sir Hayden to me. It sounds very much generic chime whistle. Sir Hayden's got an A4 whistle, but because of the different pressure that Sir Hayden operates, it sounds a little bit different, which is nice. Very unique. The handbrake on for a second. Ewan asks, when am I going to go to the Ravenglass and Eskdale Railway, I think. Did he ask that? Or am I making that up? Yes, he did. I've been! I went a few months ago for the first time, and it was amazing. Again, it's a video which I need to get round to editing. Several videos, in fact. I went a couple months ago for Riveresk's 100th birthday, and it was a really good time. Went to a lot of other places too. Yeah. All of my patrons get to find out about these things before everyone else, and then I kind of forget that everyone else doesn't know, but eventually it'll be on. Heritage Railway Productions asks, have you ever been to the BHLR at Picorama? If not, do you ever want to visit? That's like the Beer Heights Light Railway or something, isn't it? I'd love to go there. I haven't been. Need to go down southwest again. It looks lovely. I love all the liveries they've got on the engines. It looks so fun. It reminds me of Moores Valley, which I've been to a couple of times, which is lovely. Have I ever been to Slamberus Lake Railways? Asked that train kid. Yes, I have. Several times. And so whilst I'm there, Snowdon and Dinorwick Quarry as well. Trainhead says, can I help voice in one of your episodes? Thank you for the offer, very kind, but I'm all sorted for cast really at the minute. Why do I sound like Larry from Larry's Legos? I don't know who that is, but why do they sound like me is the real question. Right, off we go. From Dolgok, water tanks filled, chuff chuff. On we go. For reference also, whilst we're here, quickly. There's a viewpoint of the viaduct, if you're ever at the railway. And then if you go down here, there's a path that leads down into the gorge. And you can go and see the waterfalls at Dolgok, which are here. Which are very poorly covered in this game. And there's a cave. And then there's some paths up to more waterfalls. And you can see the viaduct. Dolgok's my favourite station. It's just so much to see and do. So much to do. So much to see. So, what's wrong with taking the back seat, you know? Come on, Hayden, run me over like it's the heart of gold. Oh yeah, baby. Ow. The coaches look like they don't have a floor. That's not good. Evan Gaines says, do you plan to visit the United States of America? If so, what steam locomotives or tourist railways would you love to visit? I don't know many railways in America, but I'd like to visit the ones that exist, the ones that have trains. And I'd love to see one of these like rail tours where they go across the country. That's just incredible. Yeah, I don't have any particulars I want to see. I just want to see them all. Just generally American steam. I can't afford to go to America right now. This has been a very expensive year so far. So, one day, hopefully, but it's going to take a lot of super chats to get me to America. Who's this sitting on the siding? It's Peter Sam. Good gosh, he's got his old face on. This is, before they got the new one done, clearly. Petrifying Peter Sam, this. Oh, it's just hideous. No offence. And the hat doesn't really help much, does it? And it's not the best model. It's quite aged. I didn't even make him drivable in this because I'm not driving this nightmare fuel. He's not even on the rails properly. Ugh. Anyway, this is Quarry Siding. This is the guest house, which is not somewhere you can stay. This is not a B&B. Look at it. It's a storage facility for extra rolling stock, basically. Again, this is a request stop. There's nothing here, just a passing loop. And a crossing. That's all. Right. Have we got the road? We do. Then we'll keep going. Because I keep chatting. Bobby McKenzie says... McKechnie, sorry. Have you ever had an engine fail on a hill or break down and had to push it by hands? I've never met Hans, but if he's strong enough, you know, maybe. No, that's not happened before. Engines are quite heavy. We wouldn't push it by hand. We've had engines not break down, but like stall on a hill because there's not enough pressure and things like that, but generally they don't break down. They're well behaved. Gage Fine asks, who's your favourite Thomas character? I mean, take a guess. The DTS Workshops asks, are you going to the Third Order Extravaganza later this year? And also, are you going to build a new Ferrymount layout? Or are you going to just rebuild it, sorry. I'm going to build a new layout at some point. It won't be Ferrymount, it'll be something different. And it'll be a bit smaller. And it'll be in segments so that I can take it to exhibitions and things. And it'll be a lot more highly detailed than Ferrymount was. But not yet. Again, really not got the cash for that right now. Model railways are ridiculously expensive. If the new Rails of Sheffield Dapol coach is anything to go by. Am I going to the Third Extraordinary Extravaganza? Yes, I am. So I'll see you there if you're going. And if you're not, there'll be a live stream. So join me for that. We're going to cover the whole event. I'm very excited. It's going to be a good weekend. Looking forward to it. There's some nice surprises for you guys in store, I can tell you that much, so ho ho. What version of Train Sim is this? I presume it's just the latest one. I think they just update automatically, don't they? It's classic Train Sim anyway. Asks Maximus, so good name. Chuff, chuff, chuff. See, look, this is top speed now, 21 miles an hour. The Sahayden ambulance is coming. Probably should have put more coal in before this point because there's we're in like the Snowdonia National Forest now in game, and oh, we should have also slowed down a bit. What was I saying? Yeah, you're meant to be wary of cinders and ashes. So, but we're in the station, so we can fire whatever. TG Playtime asks, do you plan on buying a new Thomas & Friends Horby Stepney? No, not really. I know what they're like. I've still got mine. Don't need another, really. It'd just be for like collection's sake, and I'm really trying to not be materialistic with my models. I only really want to have models if it has some sort of sentimental value to me. Or it's a model that I'm going to use, sort of, running out on a layout often, or to film with, or something like that. I don't want to have a model that is just sat collecting dust. And I'm working on a new Stepney model anyway, so be like Mark IV, I think. It's probably my 4th Stepney model. Who knows? Double check. We've got the road to Nant Gwernal, where there's a mysterious train waiting for us at the top. Because I'm sure you're very bored of me being serious and driving up the Talyllyn with a Talyllyn loco and a Talyllyn train. Yawn. So, gonna do some silly stuff in a minute. Yeah, you heard right. I don't really want to have the responsibility of naming your tram engine. I'm honoured you ask, but no, you've got to name it something personal to you, I feel. We're speeding again. Just ignore that. There's also this kink in the track at this road crossing. Forestry crossing. Ready? Oh. Oh no, maybe they've ironed it out. There used to be like a bit where the engine like swayed one way. Maybe that's gone now. Gonna stop up here because this is new, added to the game, and I've not seen this yet in game. This is T-Dua. This is the original watering point for the Talyllyn. Runs straight off that stream. And it's only just been restored very recently as a heritage project. When the Talyllyn first opened, the loco shed was here, quite close to the quarry instead. And they just had the space for Talyllyn and Dolgok in a little wooden shed in this cutting here. That got demolished in the first couple of years, but they had a watering column here. The track used to go here, and this column was added later on to serve the running line. It's just like the Season 4 quarry. The water runs through these troughs. There's a little tap here to open. And you can lower the trough to fill up the tanks, which is so cool. I'm very, very happy at how well this has been restored in real life. Dave the Rave says you're going to be visiting the Talyllyn Railway for the Order Extravaganza for the first time, visiting the line. I really hope you enjoy it. Come and say hi if you're there. It's going to be a really good event. I think it's a great time to see the railway for the first time. I'm sure you'll love it. Stefano Pastorino asks, how do you make thin lining on your stop motion models? They're all hand painted, my stop mo stuff. I used Tamiya masking tape and a paintbrush, and that's pretty much it. And a toothpick sometimes, just to sort of fine it out. And just paint really, really carefully, basically. Which is very difficult, but yeah. This is the old quarry incline that goes down to Abergynolwyn village. Used to serve the village. And around this corner is our last stop today. At Llangwernol, where, Nathan, we're going to see the silly loco that we're driving. Up the hill and round the bend. So Hayden is my friend. Who's this puffing round the track? Oh my goodness. It's only a 125. It is not Duke, no. Can you imagine if this was Duke in the Railway series? Right, who was expecting that? Because, yeah. I doubt you were. Let's let these people off to admire the wonder! That is a 125 on the Talyllyn. This guy is ecstatic about this, aren't you, buddy? Jiminy Cricket. Ah, look at the scale difference. Look at this nonsense. Let's kind of ignore this for a second. Just try and avert your eyes from the massive green and blue diesel. This is Llangwernol. Oh, I just heard the guard's whistle. I didn't realise the guard whistle was a thing in this. I've been missing it all this time. Whoopsie. This didn't used to be a passenger stop. This was the extension just for the quarry trains. The slate trains will come up to here. And it's not very well rendered in this game, but there's an incline here, well there used to be, which went up to the first level of the quarry. And then there's a tramway, which takes you to the quarry itself, where all the slate comes from. And Llangwernol sits really high on this ravine. And there's many wagons that have broken free on the incline and gone straight down into this ravine. There's remains of some still in the river. But we're not here about that today. I'm here to answer the question. Why is there a Class 43 intercity high-speed diesel 125 on the Talyllyn? Well, because that's why. At least the wipers won't. Might need those with how low the trees are. If Harry was here, Terrier55Stepney, he would be laughing at this. He's not dead, he's just not on the stream. It would be very sad if he tragically dies today. Anyway, he and I used to do train sim races when he came round mine. We'd set up 2 laptops and we'd race down the Talyllyn in a 125 just because they fit on the track. So for old time's sake I thought I'd do it again. It's just funny, the fact that you can do this. It's stupid and ridiculous, but we're gonna do it. Let's just set the points. Oh, I've not seen this site for so long. Yeah, let's just have tail lights for no reason. Oh, and obviously because this is number 11 Tracuan and number 12 St Cadfan, the Talyllyn diesels in their respective liveries, obviously they're on revenue earning service. So they've got some passengers to take. And they've also got a little goods train. They've got some P-way work to do. So they have to have a little wagon, obviously. Which does move, I think. Yep, that looks safe to me. I think we're good to go. Right then. Let's go. Also, TGI Play Dumbass. Why does Harry not upload anymore? He's just busy. He's at uni. He's got a life, sadly. Who knows for how long here? But maybe he'll upload again. Right. Just make sure we go very steadily around these corners, because oh boy. Oh boy. We're going in the river today. Oh, what is that? Goodness me, that wagon is under a lot of stress. So yeah, we used to race going straight down the line, but you'd be amazed how easy it is to derail on the Talyllyn using a 125, so I'm going to be very careful because it would be nice to go all the way down the line. For a 125 it doesn't look like we're going too fast. You know, obviously they go a lot faster than this. But we're already at T-Dua and we're already going double the speed limit of the Talyllyn. It just feels like it's really slow. Oh no, the trough's in the way. Get out the way! Bang! Sorry, I know you've just restored that. Crossing gates are working, that's alright then. You wouldn't want to hit this on your way to the quarry. We have fun on the Terrier55Stepney channel. Can't see the track. I'm going to brake so we can safely make it into Bluebell. We might clip the platforms. That's alright actually. We're going very fast so I need to slow down. Squeeze. Imagine seeing this on the webcam. April Fools! We've driven a falcon, now we're driving a swallow. Don't make dirty jokes. I should have tested if the doors work, but we're gone now. Oh well. Green light, that means go. Whoa. How's our little goods working up? Good stuff. People never know how chorus couplings work. This is how they work. They use and they couple up with buckeyes. I'm cautious about speeding it up because I don't want to crash and die. Here we go. If I collaborate with some other channel that does train sim stuff, then I think this is what I'll ask them to do. We've got to do a train sim race in a class 125. Where are we at? Should be fine going through quarry. Probably got to slow down for Dolgok. We are going 60 miles an hour in a 15. Gosh, it makes commuting on the Talyllyn so much quicker. Ooh, that's a sharp corner. Stop! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh dear. The brakes are actually very slow in this, so I've got to be very careful. If we can get to Pendre without crashing, then I promise we'll come back up the line and crash. Okay? And those lorries down there are just watching up in amazement, like, what on earth? This is the age of the train. What a stupid sight! Let's slow down a bit, we can film it over the viaduct. Ooh! That's a tight corner. Where's the viaduct gone? Who moved it? Oh, goodness me! That is quite amusing. Passengers and polish with a 125. Right. The area coming up is called Six Bends for a reason. There's bends, and there's just over a handful of them, so let's be careful now. I like the Doppler effect on the horn. This then is the Talyllyn Railway. TG Playtimes asked, have I ever tried playing Roblox train games? They're actually really realistic and have good controls. Yes, I've been on a few. We go on them with my patrons in my Discord server and things like that. Ones like Stepford County Railway and British Railways. Very cool, very realistic. Might have to do another stream at some point with those, but I thought I'd never degrade myself to play Roblox, but they are good games, to be fair, by, you know, done by people who know what they're doing, so might have to give in. We can do a dolly shot. I did it wrong. Got now to do a dolly shot. Oh well. I think this bridge is just big enough because, you know, obviously they widened it for Douglas to get through. So I think we'll be okay. Right, well, I mean, we didn't need that bridge. I wonder if the station works. Can we get some people on it? I'm gonna go past it. Stop! Oh, we'll get them at ready if we make it that far. The Talyllyn were very considerate. When they built these passing loops, they made it big enough for a standard gauge train to pass. So long, Tom Roll, you're not the biggest engine anymore. Me. We go. Have we got any very tight corners that I should be aware of? for a D, that's not too bad to be fair. Cruising at 45. The sound of the wheel sounds like the Chicken Run theme. No, not the Chicken Run, Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Chicken Run 2 was out this year, isn't that crazy? Ugh. Let's get a pretty view. Don't you just love nature? What I love about Train Sim particularly is it's very realistic. And I feel like Dovetail are not going to give me a sponsorship anytime soon. Oh well. I mean, from here it looks perfectly normal. We're doing well. I don't think Harry and I ever got to Pendray before doing this, so I'm being very cautious in my old age. What a lovely sound. Sounds better than the firecracker coaches. I hope they open the gates in time at Pendray. I mean, I don't blame them if they don't, but... Trainer says you're not old, you're ancient. Oh, thank you. I mean, that's a nicer word, isn't it? Don't mind me, cows. Bridge. Ooh, we just fit under. Don't know if I head anymore, but free haircut. I'm well preserved. I'll take that, yeah. That's funny. Why is everyone calling me old suddenly? Steady on, leave me alone. Not that old. Oh, they didn't open the gates. Still haven't tested the doors, but we're nearly there, so... Train by 119. Meanwhile at Pendray, what's that thunderous noise I hear? Right. So I'll come to a stop in Pendray, but whilst I'm doing that... Not Pendray, Wharf, sorry. Let me ask the chat, what should we do? We're going to crash the train, but should I run it off of the edge of Wharf, or should I run it up the line again and see how far we get before we derail? Choice is yours. And I consider it. Option 2, okay. Run it off. Ah, see, one of each now. Up the line, off the wharf, break it in half. It's completely evenly split, guys, come on. Back up the line. I think back up the line might just take it then in that case. All aboard. This is not what Audrey Extravaganza 3 is going to look like, guys. Goodness me. Still waiting outside the toilets, you creep. This poor, intimidated coach. Right, what we're going to do, we'll run it up the line first. And then maybe we'll do the other one as well. Just realised that will mean I have to reset it. No, we'll run it up the line, and then we'll run one of the narrow gauge engines off the wharf. How's that? I think that's a compromise. Off we go, full speed. I hope no one boarded, because that's the end of them. Where is the track? Where's the track? Where's the track? I've lost the railway. Dun, 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 dun. Good thing I wasn't standing there. $50 and counting. So we'll make this bend fine. I don't know how far we'll get, but it'll be interesting to see what speed we get to before we crash. It says we're speeding. Interesting. These gradients are no problem anyway. Oh my gosh, look at the thing telling us where the balance is. It's not looking good. Oh, that corner might do it. That corner may do it. That's quite tight. No. Oh, nearly. Oh, it toppled a lot there. Oh, we're not going to make it around this. Fat Cox, where it happens. Oh, we're nearly going 100. There we go. Off we go. Oh no, the wagon. We forgot to load it. Player train derailed? Not sure about that one. Right. Now restart and run something off the wharf. Poll number 2. What should we run off the wharf? We've got number 3, number 1, number 2, or I'm calling this number 4. Vote now! Whilst I have a drink of water. Okay, don't spam the chat. Just once to say is enough. We've got 2 votes for 1, 3 votes for 1. 4, 4, 4, 4. Ooh. I think people want number 4 to die. Okay. Bit mean. Let's send 4 off the edge of the world then. I am being the worst ambassador for the Talyllyn right now. I'm not like this usually, honest. I'm very serious when I'm volunteering there. This model of Chorus 7 is so much better to drive than the old stuff. It looks nice. I've been lucky enough to fire Chorus number 7 in real life. It's just like Edward Thomas, it manages just as well. It's just got a few more nifty tools and controls, but just feels like number 7. But it's such a softer bark on the exhaust, which is very strange. I don't know why, but it sounds entirely different. No, I'm not passed as a fireman yet. I'm still a cleaner. I wish I was a fireman. I don't get up to the TR nearly as much as I'd like to. GWR040. But I have fired. Like, as a cleaner, you can fire the engines, you know, so you can learn to eventually pass out as a fireman. But I've not put in enough days, basically, and I need to. But Wales is far away. I've fired all the engines at the Talyllyn, and the Chorus, I suppose, at the minute. apart from number 1. So I'd be interesting to compare what number 1 is like. I have heard it's the best, so that's fun. Let's run off the wharf with a full train just to make as much calamity as possible. Ooh, speaking of which, we'll run into the coaches. Back we go, please, gently. Before we set off the fire alarm in the shed. Leg dig, yes, the chorus is building a new engine. They are very nearly done. Oopsie. Very nearly done building a new Falcon class. It got steamed in December. So I'm looking forward to that. Number 10, yeah. There we go. Whoopsie. Goodness me. So responsive, this one. Right. Are we ready? Yes, we are. Let's go. And break off. It's good you aren't driving yet. Yeah. That's a good point. I have driven some of the TR engines, but a long time until I'm passed out as a driver. Come on. So the windows, get some breeze before we die. I have a feeling it's going to be faster. I was thought it's going to be faster if we roll, but clearly not. Giving people plenty of warning. Nice view. Oh no, don't zoom in. To the wharf. Here we go. Kaboom! Oh. He's fallen into the wharf. Oh dear. How sad. Never mind. Well, that was fun. Well, that's all I had planned to do in Train Sim. So, what now? Oh, look at the experience I've gained. That's good, isn't it? At least I've got that. Right, everyone stop spamming the chat. Thank you very much. To do now? Well, I haven't played Railroads, online, TGM 2018-3. I'd like to, it looks really good. But I've not. Daniel thinks it's time to end the stream. Has it been that bad? I'm sorry. We could end the stream here. I've been speaking an awful lot. And then if anyone else has any bright ideas. Trainhead wants me to run the 9F on the line. I think I've got the 9F. Steam. There you go. You can look at all my lovely choo-chees. Oh, maybe not all. Found it. 9F was 40 wagons. That sounds about right. We'll run the 9F off the wharf, and then we'll probably call it that. I was going to jump onto Titanic Honor and Glory, because yesterday all my troubles seemed so far away. Not me personally, sorry. It was the anniversary of Titanic being launched, and I haven't done anything with THD yet, but I'm a big Titanic fan, so that would be fun. Let's go from... Interesting, Team Hour Works is on here. I was going to go from... Where do I want to go from? Hendy I want to go from, which isn't on here. Go from Fat Gok instead. Let's go in stormy weather at 10 AM. Oh, that was quick to load. What a dismal day was my 9F with its glow-in-the-dark shed code. I haven't driven the 9F, I think, since I got it in, like, what, 2013, 14, whenever this came out. So I don't know how well I'm going to be able to drive this. It's a bit hot and dry. I think I'll open the window. The rain effects are quite good, actually, considering how old this is. Yeah, we'll go legacy driving mode. I didn't realise that was a thing. Off we go. Goodness me, look how far back 40 Wagons goes on the TR. Might get some wheel slip now. Trainboy199 put stormy weather, so no different from normal Welsh weather. Correct. Absolutely correct. Thought we were going to get some wheel slip, but no, it's managing okay. This is Train Sim, your local melon. It is in the loading gauge, isn't it? Yeah, it just looks okay. If it's from here, it doesn't look too bad. Points should all be set because it's quick drive. Very soft chuffed on this, like the trucks are so loud. Beep beep. We are obliterating the pressure, but you know, who needs it? I might save Titanic Honor and Glory for another stream. I think we'll do this and that'll probably be it. There's barely anyone here anyway. There's only 27 of you. Oh. So. Save it for another time. Gather all your friends and all your family. Tell the neighbours and the dog too. Or come and watch my live stream if I do one again. Thank you very much, Trainhead. That does lighten the mood. That inspired you to make your own remakes. I'm very honoured. I hope you enjoy making them is the main thing. Oops, we could have been going a lot faster, I've just realised. My bad. Ooh, probably shouldn't have. Look how much we're tilting. Oh, no! Oh no! Oh, whoops. Gonna have to try that again. Oh, dearie me. We were so close too. Right, let's start from Pendre and go to Wharf. Because that didn't go too well, did it? Let's have like a big speed run from Pendre. We can't go more than 30 mile an hour anyway, so. Having said that, we're basically there. Off we go. The whistle's broken. Speed and power. Yeah, no point going above 30. We will crash. Even 25 is probably at the limit, isn't it? Anyway, we're there, so let's get around this corner. We can do whatever we want. Go, 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 go. Oof. That was a bigger hit. Somehow it's not come up with the error message. Oh, there we go. Derailed. Why can't that always be the error message? I don't think you had a token. This should have been the thumbnail. Wow, what a calamity. Kudos to the crew for sticking with it, though. With their magnetic shoes. Oh, there go the safeties. Let's put some water in. Wouldn't want it to explode. What a view. Can I still operate the train? Can we still... No, it's gone. That's a shame. I think on that beautiful note, we'll probably end the stream here. We've been going for just over 2.5 hours. So, indeed, Nulla, a fun time was had by all. Hopefully, it'd be nice to do another live stream again. As I say, we sort of started from basics again this time. Nothing too complicated, just me playing trains. And I hope you all enjoyed it. There's plenty more I could do, but only if the interest is there, really. So, you know, be interested. New video tomorrow in other news. We've got a new guide rail, so tune into that tomorrow evening to see where we go. We're looking at a window, but, you know, the eyes are the windows to the soul, so hopefully your eyes will see beautiful things in my video, and you'll like, and you'll subscribe, and you'll become a patron, and you'll give me rights to your house. I don't know. Who knows? Thank you very much for joining. Welcome to June. Happy Pride Month for everyone who celebrates that. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely summer ahead of you. Thank you all for tuning in. And until next time.